now we're getting into the facts. Have you ever wanted to be someone else? You know, maybe your life isn't as perfect as you'd like it to be, and you see someone else that maybe you're a little jealous of and you think, man, it would be cool if I was them. Well, that's pretty common, but what might surprise you is that there are some people that take it a step further and not only wish that they were fictional characters, but actually turn themselves into those characters. Here are 10 people who turn themselves into fictional characters. Number 10 is cartoon character. 28-year-old Pixie Fox used to consider herself to be a tomboy, but one day she decided that looking like a human being just wasn't for her and opted to become what she calls a living cartoon. She's had over 200 procedures, including having her ears sewn to a point and her nose changed to resemble a fairy's, as well as even having her ribs removed to give her a super thin waist. Originally from Stockholm, Sweden, Fox has been all over the world, hunting for surgeons that were daring enough to pull off these procedures that she wants, some of them of her own design. She's currently the only known person to have an eyelash transplant using her own pubic hair. Sorry, let's continue. For Fox, the entire transformation is completely justified, as she claims that she's never in her life felt like she was human, instead describing herself as a fantasy creature. A fantasy creature with eyelashes made of nasty bits. It's gross. Number 9 is anime girl. In February of 2010, 27-year-old Jacqueline Ko began a surgical journey to become something she felt was truly captivating, an anime character. A blogger living in Singapore, Ko spent over $136,000 just on procedures, which included breast augmentation, liposuction, rhinoplasty, and body reshaping. She's also had her ears pinned back and her eyelids adjusted, and that's just some of the work that this woman has had done. Ironically, Ko wasn't even a fan of anime characters before electing to have the surgeries. She simply adored their big eyes and small, heart-shaped faces. If that's the case, I'm surprised she didn't just get tattoos all over her face to make her look like Majora's Mask. Unfortunately, in 2016, after having her alterations for 6 years, Ko had to have her implants removed when her chin implant became infected and her breast implants ruptured. Man, that's terrible. She's having pieces fall off her like a counterfeit Chinese Barbie doll. Number 8 is Jessica Rabbit. The largest rabbit on Earth, Alice, belongs to a world-famous breeder and former model from Worcester, England, named Annette Edwards, who is so obsessed with the animals that she decided to, in a matter of speaking, become one. What's up, Doc? Taking inspiration from the film Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the 66-year-old chose to spend over 10,000 pounds on procedures in order to alter her appearance so that she would resemble the title character's wife, Jessica Rabbit. Edwards, who has 10 children, kind of like a rabbit would, I guess, is already a great-grandmother, electing to have a number of plastic surgeries, including Botox injections, a breast uplift, and chin implants. But she credits none of her toned body on liposuction, claiming her rabbit diet and strict exercise gives her the rest of the Jessica Rabbit look. Well, hey, on the bright side, at least she didn't try to implant some sort of fluffy fake tail thing on her butt, because that would be weird. Number 7 is Michelangelo's David. In less than a year, a 20-year-old Japanese man known only as Alan spent over $150,000 on plastic surgery, transforming himself into the most beautiful thing that he could think of, legendary Renaissance artist Michelangelo's masterpiece, the Statue of David. Alan moved to Tokyo when he was just 16 and funded his long list of procedures through sponsorships that he received from as many as 5 older women with whom the teen was then involved. His goal was to have an ageless and foreign-looking face, which has been the primary focus of his various procedures, including having 2 nose jobs, chin injections to change its shape, and a number of lift and tucks to eliminate wrinkles. Although he hasn't quite reached a point where he truly resembles the statue of David, Allen seems to be very happy with his new beauty. I mean, hey, why stop there? Why not just start lopping off body parts and replacing with marble arms and legs? Number 6 is a genderless alien. Since he was just 18 years old, aspiring makeup artist and model Vinnie O has wanted to be something not so human. Specifically, he wants to resemble on the outside what he feels like on the inside, a genderless alien being. Now 23, O, who lives in Los Angeles, California, has spent over $50,000 on his quest to become a hybrid Martian-like creature, starting with a nose job at 19. That was followed shortly afterwards by 2 more surgeries and 110 other procedures, including several cheek and brow fillers, Botox, and 20 cryofacial freezings. His goal is to look the way that little green men appear in popular media. O has claimed that he's looking for surgeons who are prepared as well as skilled enough to remove both of his nipples, his belly button, and of course his sexual organs. You know, I saw an episode of Star Trek once where the alien had his genitals on his knee. Why not go that route? Number 5 is the devil. See, now someone's gonna tweet that as a GIF. In April of 2009, then 39-year-old Gavin Paslow was found guilty of swindling benefit money while working as a security guard. Paslow, who lived in Kent, England, has taken over £3,550 so that he could fund his transformation into the Prince of Darkness himself, Satan. He underwent operations which gave him budding horns made of Teflon, fangs made of ceramic crowns, and pointed-tipped ears, which involved having his own ears clipped. He even had a specialist cut his tongue straight down the middle with a scalpel so that he could have Lucifer's legendary forked tongue. After his transformation was complete, he changed his name to Diablo Delenfer, which apparently means devil from the Inferno. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? That makes just as much sense as changing your name to Scary, Scary, Stay Away From Me, Delenfer. Number 4 is Superman. To transform into his alter ego Superman, the fictional Clark Kent simply had to take off his glasses, tear open his shirt, and spin around in a phone booth for a few seconds. But to achieve the same thing, one real-life man has actually gone a whole lot further and undergone 26 surgical procedures so that he could resemble the Man of Steel. That man is 40-year-old Herbert Chavez of the Philippines, who fell in love with the DC superhero as a kid. Since then, he's gone through skin whitening, nose jobs, jaw realignment, and many other procedures to embody Superman. But Chavez's obsession has done some serious damage to his body. Back in 2015, after discovering he'd injected himself with poisonous ab fillers, doctors refused to perform more surgeries, but that merely slowed the Filipino Superman down. Because he's still at it and he still wants to be more and more of a Superman, so yeah. You know, if he isn't careful, he's gonna go up, up, and away to heaven, because he's gonna die. Number 3 is a French doll. A number of Asian women have elected to undergo plastic surgery, paying top dollar for double eyelid surgeries and nose jobs in an attempt to look more Western. However, Japanese model Vanilla Shemu decided to go much further than that as she nears her goal of not only looking less Japanese, but less alive. As a teen, Shemu was bullied for being ugly, but since then has undergone over 30 procedures in order to resemble something that she feels is truly beautiful, a living French doll. She's received eyelash implants, liposuction, breast implants, and had dimple creation surgery, just to name a few. In total, Shamu has spent over 10 million yen, or around $102,000, on her transformation. She's even been labeled by some media outlets as a plastic surgery cyborg. Want to look beautiful? Love me, love me. Number 2 is a human Ken doll. In an attempt to become the best person he could physically be, 35-year-old Rodrigo Alves turned to plastic surgery. Born in Brazil, Alves moved to Britain when he was just 19, seeking a procedure to correct his gynecomastia, a disorder in which male breast tissue drastically increases. However, he didn't stop there. Since then, he's had over 100 more procedures done, including hair implants, facelifts, and 9 rhinoplasties. He's also had 4 ribs removed so that he could do up his blazers more easily. Alves has shelled out over, and I hope you're sitting down for this, $500,000 to plastic surgeons for procedures that he felt he needed to perfect himself. And although the initial purpose of all of that work being done wasn't to make him look like he should be in a box with Mattel on the side of it, he embraced his role as the human Ken doll. I bet he listens to that old Aqua song a lot. Remember? I'm a Barbie girl, baby, baby. And number 1 is a human Barbie. Speaking of that Barbie doll song. Millions of girls grew up playing with Barbies, dressing them up, combing their hair, and living vicariously through them, as they provide the dolls with stylish clothes and dream houses. But eventually most of those girls grow up and realize that it's impossible to be the perfect specimen that is Barbie. That is, of course, with the exception of people like 33-year-old Russian model Valeria Lukyanova, who never let go of that dream and later in life chose to become the doll through plastic surgery. Called the human Barbie by her fans, Valeria has taken drastic measures to make herself appear as plastic as the toys are. Her first surgery was a breast augmentation, followed by a number of procedures that made her look much more like the Mattel toy, and it is truly creepy. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I mean, it's 2019. We're all whatever we want to be.